Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us his truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you we say shalom.
Shalom.
Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. We are the brothers from the GMS Chicago camp. I'm the brother Kadashia
With Darakia.
and we just wanted to get into this quick edifying lesson, just a topic, that's been on my spirit, but I've been thinking about this, all day since yesterday while I was at work, and even today while I was at work, man. And as you see the title of the lesson, you gotta be addicted to this, man. You have to be addicted to this truth, man. Because if you don't have a burning sensation, a desire, a passion for you to come out and do this work, for you to read, for you to study, for you to pray, for you to know these breakdowns, man, then you're really not of this, man. You see? So I just want to go ahead and read the prologue in Sirach, the first chapter, and I just want to get a part, a very important part that jumps out. You see, and it says right here, it's Sirach, the first chapter, and this is the prologue. It reads, the prologue of the wisdom of Yahweh Shai, the son of Sirach, which this isn't actually Yahweh Shai. This was because Joshua, that was actually a very popular name, you see, but this is not actually Yahweh Shai the Lord. This is Yahweh Shai the son of Sirach. But it says whereas many and great things have been delivered unto us by the law and the prophets, and by others that have followed their steps, for which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom, and whereof not only the readers must needs become skillful themselves, but also they that desire to learn be able to profit them which are without, both by speaking and writing. It says, my grandfather Yahweh Shai, when he had much given himself to the reading of the law and the prophets and other books of our fathers. Hey, that means that he gave himself to these things, man. He gave himself to the reading of the law, man. He gave himself to the reading of the prophets. He gave himself to the reading of the books of our forefathers, man. He gave himself over to these things. He was addicted to these things, man. He was constantly reading those things, man, going over them, meditating on them, man, reading them. You see, we have to be in the same exact spirit. It says, and have had gotten therein good judgment, was drawn on also himself to write something pertaining to learning and wisdom, to the intent that those who are desirous to learn and are addicted to these things might profit much more in living according to the law. So, hey, when you read the book of Sirach, is really for what? To the intent for those who are desirous to learn and those that are addicted to these things, man. You see? So you have to be addicted to reading the law. You have to be addicted to reading the prophets. You have to be addicted to reading these scriptures, man. You really got to be addicted to this truth, because if you're not, eventually you're going to get disenchanted. Eventually you're going to lose patience. Eventually you're going to not see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to get tired of picking up your cross. It's going to become a chore to do the work. You're not even going to want to go out on Saturdays. You're just going to get overall just tired of doing it, man. That's why you have to be addicted to this, man. You see, it has to press on your spirit, really press on your spirit to do this work, man, to be involved in this truth. Matter of fact, when you go into the book of Jeremiah, this is what Jeremiah said, man. This is Jeremiah 20:9. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in mine heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. Here it is. You got Jeremiah, man. One of the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai saying, I'm not going to speak of the Lord no more. I'm not even going to mention the Lord anymore. I'm not even going to speak in his name anymore. But he said that his word was in his heart, in his mind. As a burning fire shut up in his bones, man. He was hot. He was hot to preach this word, man. He was hot to do this work. He was hot to bring this word out, man. You see? Hey, the men of the Lord have always been addicted to this truth, to these scriptures, to the law, man. You see?
Hey, you got to be constantly seeking the Lord's face, man.
That's right.
You got to, and in what shape, form, and fashion do we seek the Lord? Hey, putting on lessons, listening to breakdowns, studying, reading, man. Just basically staying in the spirit, man.
Being addicted.
Right. This is James chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, draw nigh to Yahweh, and he will draw nigh unto you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, what does that tell you? If you draw nigh to the Most High, he's going to be drawing nigh to you.
That's right.
All right. So, and what's the opposite? If you're not in the spirit, if you're not constantly seeking Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai's face, and the Lord is going to forsake you. He's not going to answer your prayers. He's not going to do none of that. Why? Because you're not even putting the effort into seeking the Lord. Why would the Lord even, So, hey, that's why we constantly try our best. Hey, in His truth, so that the Lord will show mercy unto us, grace unto us. Hey, why would you try to help somebody that's not even trying to better himself, man? He's just,
Right. At the end of the day, too, because the brother just made a beautiful point, man. You see, if you're not addicted to this truth, that means ultimately you're addicted to something else, man. Something is taking away your time. You're doing something else that's really taking away time from you serving the Lord, man. Whatever else you're addicted to that's taking that time away, you got to really peep that and nip it in the butt, man. You got to really nip those things in the butt. Whatever is taking away your mind from you being addicted to this truth, you better cut that shit off, man. Cut that shit off. Whatever the fuck you got to cut off for you to be addicted to this truth, to be 100% involved in this truth, hey, cut it off, man. Because, hey, this is what the scriptures say. This is Baruch 4:28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seeking 10 times more. What does that mean? You really got to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in everything, man. Seeking 10 times more. You really got to be addicted to this truth, man. You really got to be involved in this, man. You really got to seek the counsel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You really got to want the breakdowns. You really got to put your mind to this truth, man.
That's right. When the Pharisees asked Yahushai what is the greatest commandment, Yahushai said is to serve and to love the Most High God, Yahweh, with all your heart, mind, and soul.
Damn,
so he said that's the greatest commandment, man.
That's right.
Okay, so that goes to show you got to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I had some real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew 6. Babakusha, if you could read it for me.
Yeah. Matthew 6 and what?
You start at 21.
This is Matthew 6 and 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
And that eye is talking about your spiritual eye, your mind.
That's right.
All right. What do they call it? The third eye. All right. Hey, but hey, it's your spiritual mind, your thought process. You got it.
Right. It says, verse 23. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
So just like you said, we can't, if something's taking away our time and our basically what you were saying, away from the Lord, you gotta cut that shit off.
Yup. That's right. Hey, because ultimately, if you don't cut those things off, hey, the scriptures say a little leaveneth the whole lump. So whatever you think like, I'm not even addicted to that, but whole time low key you're just in denial, and whole time that whole whatever the fuck you're addicted to is actually taking time away and you don't even realize it. Yeah. You gotta nip that in the butt, man. Like real talk. If we're in this truth, and first and foremost, the scripture says that we are not children anymore, man. When we were a child, we spake as a child, but now we're men. And in men, we had to be understanding. And now we have to understand, if we be, it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. You really got to sit there and be honest with yourself, man. You really got to sit there and be, and really be critical with yourself. What am I doing? What's taking my time away? What can I do to be more addicted to this truth, man? When's the last time I read? When's the last time I prayed? When's the last time I went to go break bread with a brother? When's the last time I actually took time to study the Hebrew or study the scriptures or go into these words or really watch a breakdown video that's 2 hours long or however long it is and really sit there and soak it all up, man? When's the last time you've actually put time aside for the Lord, for him to actually sup with you, man? You actually got to put time aside for the Lord, man. Do you realize that? You got to be addicted to this 100%, man. Or if not, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, man. Yeah. You don't want to be in a position where you're so addicted to this world, you can't let go of worldly shit, that you start hating Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and you don't want to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai anymore just because you're addicted to the shit in the world, man. You really gotta be critical with yourself and examine yourself and prove your own selves, man. Prove your own selves, man. Really see what was making you fall, man. Right. Really see what's taking your time away from serving the Lord 100%, man. Really be critical with yourself, man. Because you have to be addicted to this truth, man. If you're not addicted to this truth, you're gonna soon find out that, hey, you're just always gonna be bitter, always in a bad mood. You're gonna start being in that woe is me spirit. It's not gonna feel good, man, because we're in the fire right now. You got to realize that we're in the spiritual fire. We've been appointed unto these afflictions, man. We're going through a fiery trial, which is to try us as though some strange thing happened unto us, man. And if you are not addicted to this truth, you're going to be taken by those temptations. You're going to fall through those trials, and ultimately you're going to fall out this truth because you weren't addicted to this, man. That's why the scriptures say this. It says you have to count the cost. Let me see. It says right here, Luke 14 and 28, it says, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? It says, lest happily after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. You see, you don't want to be mocked, man. If you are in this truth, you want to make sure that you give your diligence to make your calling and election sure, man. Somebody that's diligent, you have to be addicted in this truth to even be diligent, man. To have that spirit to constantly be putting up videos, constantly be studying, constantly fast, constantly pray to the Lord, constantly cry to the Lord, constantly study, constantly go to classes. You got to be addicted to this truth, man. And if you're not counting the cost, ultimately you're gonna soon come to realize that, hey, you don't got what it takes. You have to be addicted to this, man. I'm gonna keep saying this throughout the whole lesson because it's true. You have to be 100% addicted to this truth, man. And you got to be fully persuaded too, man. You see?
I have some real quick. This is Matthew chapter 18 and verse 8. It says, wherefore, if thy hand, it says, wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire. Mm-hmm. So, hey, man, is that literally talking about your foot? You know, cutting off your foot, take out a saw and start cutting off your foot? No, man. Hey, that's talking about things that's in the way of you in this race. That's in the way of you making it to the kingdom, man. Mm-hmm. All right, and it could be hey, we read you cannot serve the Most High in mammon. Mm-hmm. Mammon is what? Going into riches, to treasures, man. All right, but that could be in any shape, form, or fashion. It could be your girl, it could be your job. All right, certain things that, hey, you know, that take away your single eye from this truth, man. All right, whatever it is taking away your time from this truth, you have to cut it out or be what's that word? More you got to manage your time more better, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And that's another thing too, man. Managing your time is really comes from you applying prudence, and you applying prudence, that's gonna come from you actually caring for discipline, man. It says the care of discipline is love, and love is the keeping of his commandments. So when you start to the care of discipline, when you start to actually care for this truth, man, you're gonna start to what? You're gonna actually start to put yourself in you're gonna put yourself in a routine where you're gonna have to where you're actually gonna have that routine where it's gonna help you study, where it's gonna help you do lessons, where it's gonna help you be spiritually sound in this truth, man. You see? And when you apply that prudence, it's gonna help you ultimately grow in this truth, man. If not, eventually you're gonna see that you're gonna be low in the spirit. You're gonna before you notice you haven't read in 2 months. Hey, man, it happens. Before you notice, you haven't even prayed in a while or gone to class or whatever, man.
Yeah.
You check your channel, you haven't uploaded a lesson in a couple days, man. That shit going off, man. But let me read this real quick. It says Romans 6, and let me see. It says Romans 6 and 16. It says Romans 6 and 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. So, hey, listen, man. You're going to be a servant to something, man. You're going to serve something at the end of the day. It's either you're going to be a servant unto sin unto death, or you're going to be a servant unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai in obedience unto righteousness, man. Because ultimately, also being addicted to this truth, that shows obedience, man. When you start to get addicted to this truth, it really starts to put you in the spirit of not wanting to do anything with this world, man. It starts to put you in the spirit where you just want to deal within this truth, man. You don't want to deal with no bullshit. You don't want to deal with nothing that has to do with any bullshit, man. That's why being addicted to this truth also cuts out a lot of bullshit from the world, man. All that superfluity, that residue of the old man gets cut out when you get addicted to this truth, man. When you really get fully persuaded, when you really put 100% into this truth, man. That's when you really start to see, like, damn, man, this is the truth.
Yeah.
When you start to get addicted to this, man. As a matter of fact, the scriptures also say this. This is the book of Sirach 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. So, hey, you got to give your mind to the law of the Most High. You got to be occupied in this meditation, man. You got to seek out the wisdom of the ancient. You got to be occupied in these prophecies, man. Hey, Ezra also said this, man. This is the book of Ezra 8 and verse 4. It says, 2nd Ezra 8 and 4. So I answered and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. So we got to devour this wisdom. We got to eat the whole roll, man. We got to be addicted to this word, man. Hey, for Ezra to say that he's going to devour wisdom, man, you got to really think about that. He's not just, I'm going to take a little bite from it. Right. Oh, I'm going to take a little swig from it. Right. Nah, he said he's going to devour wisdom, man. When you go into the etymology of devour, I believe it says to consume or eat all up or something like that. Or, oh, damn, you're already looking it up.
It says to eat up entirely. Eat ravenously. It says swallow down. Accept eagerly. To swallow, consume destructively or wastefully, basically, you know, he's just, and he, like you just said, he's not just getting a little bite. He's
eating it up entirely. He's eating the whole roll, man.
You see those contests of people eating as much as they can. They're just going crazy, drinking water. Man,
damn, bro, you gotta really be addicted to this word, man. You really gotta devour this wisdom. And it says, verse 5, it says, for thou hast agreed to give ear and are willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live. So, hey, you have given ear to this truth, and now you are willing to prophesy. If you have bared witness to this truth, and you call yourself a prophet or man of the Lord, and you've gone out there on Saturday to teach, and that means you're willing to prophesy, man. That means you no longer have space for yourself to live. Now you have a duty to go fulfill, man. You agreed to give ear, and you were willing to prophesy. All right, then go do the work, man.
It say no man putting his hand to the plow and looking back.
That's right.
Is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right. So you got to be addicted to this, man. You got to devour this wisdom, eat up this whole entire roll. Got to go out there and teach, man. Do the work. Be responsible. Be addicted to this truth, man. But don't be a fucking weirdo either, man. Don't be over righteous. You start reading for 10 hours straight. I'm getting the breakdowns. Nah, man.
Right.
Be balanced, man.
Eating too much honey is bad for you. Honey's good. Eat too much of it. Scriptures say be unsatiable in any what's that? Deity.
Let me get unsatiable.
Right. It's not good for you in anything, man.
Let me see.
It should be in the Apocrypha.
Right here, Sirach 37:29. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. Go ahead.
That's right. Yup. So you don't want to be. Basically, you gotta apply balance, man.
Yeah, and also on top of that too, this word is it talks about the milk, desire the sincere milk that you may grow thereby. So there's milk, right? There's milk in the scriptures, and guess what? There's also meat. There's meat in the scripture, man. So you got to build yourself up to be able to even understand the meat. You see? But first you got to desire the sincere milk to grow thereby, right? When you grow enough, then you move on to the meat. You see? So you can't be unsatiable in any dainty thing or too greedy upon meats. You can't you just come into this truth and then out of nowhere, I'm addicted to this. Let me just break down the book of Revelations. And you start just going off on everything, man.
Right.
Nah, start from the first 5 books, Genesis through the book of Deuteronomy. Get the first 5 books down, and after that, those first 5 books, go and just read the roll, man.
Yeah.
That's really going to give you the structure. It's going to build the foundation. And then eventually, man, you're going to start getting to the meat of the scriptures, though, the heavy prophecies. But first, you got to be addicted to these things to even get those things, man. Because going back to that Sirach, the prologue, it says, for those to the intent, for those who are desires to learn and are addicted to these things. So you got to be desires to learn. You got to have that desire to learn. You got to be addicted to these things to even get the meat, man. You see?
What's the scriptures talk about seeking wisdom? Basically you got to keep seeking. You got to keep seeking her, and she gonna reveal herself unto you. But if you're I kind of want to know about the truth. I heard about being a Hebrew Israelite. I heard about that, this, that, and third. I kind of want to keep doing this thing.
Right.
You got it?
Let me see.
So you got to really be, like the brother said, the whole topic is being addicted to this truth, which starts with wisdom.
That's right.
It starts with wisdom. So.
That's right. It says right here, Sirach 4:15. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. So for you to attend to something, that means you're constantly showing up, man. Hey, when you would go to school, they would keep your attendance, right? And if you didn't go to school that day, well, guess what? You were tardy. You weren't in attendance. So guess what? You got to attend to this truth. You got to give your constant attendance unto this truth. Your constant attendance unto wisdom, unto Sophia, man. It says, if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. So you got to commit yourself unto this truth. It says, for at first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Then she will return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. So, hey, you got to be addicted to this, man. You got to really put yourself, you really got to commit, you really got to attend unto these things, man, unto this wisdom, unto this truth.
You got to make it part of your own being.
Yep.
This is the etymology for commit. It says to give in charge, entrust, to unite, connect, combine. Hey, because when we're in this truth, man, spiritually, hey, you're spiritually laying down, man. With what was Sophia?
With Sophia, yup. It says be comforted with their breasts or something like that.
Yup.
So, hey, this wisdom is likened unto a woman, and the scriptures say that we have to be. Let me see if I could get it real quick. It says right here, Proverbs 5:19. But let her be as a loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And that's talking about wisdom, man.
That's right. Hey, and like the scriptures say, when you lay down with a woman, let's say both of you become
one flesh.
Yeah, so that's how we're spiritually doing with wisdom. All right, you become one, man. You become. Hey, that's why Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are considered one, because they're with that wisdom, man. All right, they're in the same mindset. They're in agreement. All right, it's none of that Christianity BS of what do they call it, the Holy Trinity, man.
That's right.
All right. And so, hey, we become one with Yahweh Bashim Yah. Hey, what the scriptures say, we become friends.
Yup.
With the Most High God, man.
Through wisdom. So you gotta be addicted. You really gotta. If you really want to be a friend of Yahweh Bashim Yah Shai and be joined onto the body of Yahweh Bashim Yah Shai and be one with the Lord, you really got to be addicted to this truth, man, because the Lord loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, man. You got to be satisfied with this, with their breast at all times. You really got to be ravished always with their love. You really got to be in love with this truth, man. You really got to be in love with this wisdom, man. It's really the whole point of this lesson. You really got to be in love, because going back to what the brother was saying, when you get with a woman, a woman knows when you're not addicted to her ass, man. Yeah, because when a nigga's addicted to a woman, he be showing up to her fucking job, he be showing up to her crib, fucking just trying to see where the fuck she at. Nigga starts calling her, what the fuck she ain't fucking answering, where the fuck, nah. Nigga starts fucking, changing his whole routine, man. Right. He starts fucking showing up to her crib randomly, starts messaging her friends, hey, what the fuck, hey, where's so-and-so? Look, man, when a nigga's addicted to a bitch, he does the most, man. But when a nigga's not addicted to a woman, a woman could tell, man. A woman could tell when you're not fucking her good. A woman could tell when you're not even really into her like that, man. A woman could tell that, man. So in this truth, when wisdom sees that you're not addicted unto this, that you're really not with it, well, guess right, we're going to go back to Sirach 4:19. It says, but if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. Yeah. So wisdom, when wisdom sees that you're not really trying to be in this, you're not really addicted to this, your mind is somewhere else, you're addicted to other things, you're going off, you're constantly feeding the flesh, you're not really trying to be in this, but you're trying to be in this, but lazy. Then guess what? It says, but if he go wrong, she will forsake him. This wisdom will forsake you if you're not addicted unto it, man. This woman will leave you. Sophia will leave you if you're not addicted to her, man. Real talk. And it says, and give him over to his own ruin. The Lord's going to give you over to a reprobate mind. He's just going to let you destroy yourself. Give you over to your own fucking, whatever the fuck you can't let go of. Whatever you're addicted to. All right. You're addicted. You're not addicted to this truth. All right, then you're addicted to that bullshit. All right, then whatever. You can have that then. The Lord don't play about this truth, man. Stop playing with the Lord's money, man. The Lord gave you a talent. You better go multiply that talent, man, and be addicted to this truth. So with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, L'chakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone taught us his truth. Shalom and abba.
Shalom, abba.